Hey, it's Gabe with API Nation. Today I'm going to show you how you can sync OneSuite with Chime so you can use these two awesome tools together as one. It's going to give you a lot of great options for following up with your users and help you create more deals. Also, it's super easy to set up. Let me show you how. The first thing you're going to do is go to apination.com and click Start Syncing. There you're going to see all the apps you can automate at API Nation: marketing apps, productivity apps, real estate apps. I'm going to scroll on down to O for OneSuite and click on that. It's going to show me all the apps I can sync specifically with OneSuite, including Chime. There we go. And this is great, especially if you have a bunch of contacts in Chime, you want to get into OneSuite. You got some stuff in OneSuite, you want to get into Chime. You can set up a two-way sync. It allows you to do work in either of these apps, and it happens in both of those apps. So it doubles your productivity, eliminates half your data entry. It's great. So I'm going to set up Chime into OneSuite first. So I'm going to activate this sync. First step is to sign into your API Nation account. If you don't have one yet, you can click here to create one. They're totally free to create, or you can sign in or create one with Google. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Once you do that, now we're going to connect to both these apps. So I'm going to connect to Chime. I hit this button. It says, all right, let's go. I sign into my Chime account and it makes the connection. It's a little bit different for a OneSuite. You can see I've already connected it. So if you've done that, you just hit select to select that connection, or you can hit the connect button. It's going to ask you to label a connection. I usually just name it after myself. You can name it after the office. You can name it after your team if you'd like. And then also you're going to add your username from OneSuite, your user password, and your user email address from OneSuite. So the credentials you use to log into OneSuite, and hit connect. That's all it takes to sign into OneSuite. Now we're on the final page creating the sync. You can see there's a few options here, choosing exactly who's coming over from Chime. If you check this box, it's going to take all existing Chime people, all existing Chime contacts, push them into OneSuite, and any contacts you add or update in the future is also going to get added into OneSuite. If you maybe have a lot of people in Chime and you're thinking, I don't want everybody in there right now, let's just start paying attention from now on. So anybody I add today, tomorrow, in the future, let's push those people in. If that's you, leave this box unchecked. You can also filter by source. So if you have a certain source in Chime, Zillow leads, Realtor.com leads, OpCity, you would just write it here. You could also filter by groups, sending over only specific groups. You can choose an agent and only send over people attached to that agent. And you can also filter by tag. So if I only want to send over people who I tag as OneSuite or tag as FSBO or anything else, you can do that. I'm going to leave these all alone. I just want to send over all the leads I have currently in Chime into OneSuite to get it synced up. I'm going to hit subscribe. It's going to create the sync. You can see it's now created, but it's not yet active. All this stuff we did on the last page, so that's all good to go. Last thing is there's a couple tools here. There's an additional filter tool. So if I wanted to filter on anything else from Chime, I could do it. Maybe I only want people who are pre-qualified. I could do that. I believe it's Y or N. Could be 1 or 0. So you're going to want to double check exactly what that is. Has mortgage with listing agent. Again, tags, groups. I could filter on any of that stuff. I'm going to clear it out though. I just want to get all the contacts in there. Here's the mapping. You can see email from Chime is going in, email from OneSuite, first name, last name, phone. If there's anything else you want to add, let's say home phone, I'm just going to grab that phone number from Chime, second phone. There we go. Pop it right in there. Looks good. I'm going to go to the top and activate this sync. So there we go. Now Chime is sending its contacts into OneSuite. Let's set up the second half of that sync so that OneSuite is sending its contacts into Chime. So I just clicked on the logo, and I'm going to click on OneSuite now. It's going to show me the two syncs again available, Chime into OneSuite. This time we're doing OneSuite into Chime. So I'm going to activate that sync. It's going to show me the accounts I've already connected, so I can just select them. I don't have to reconnect them. And then again, you're just going to configure the sync all contacts, all existing people from OneSuite. As they're getting put into Chime, a couple options here. For example, if they already exist in Chime, should we overwrite with the stuff from OneSuite, or should we just fill in the blanks? I'm going to tell it to just fill in the blanks. And then you can assign an agent to these leads if they're new getting added into Chime. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and hit subscribe. This creates the sync again. And again, I can go through the filter, set up a filter if I want. And I'm going to want to double check the mapping to make sure exactly everything is coming over exactly how I want. The lead type, you might want to type in exactly what lead type you want these coming over as. This all looks good. I'm going to go to the top and activate this sync. So there we go. If I click on my syncs, you can see I now have 2 syncs running, Chime going into one suite and one suite going into Chime. Now whenever I add a contact to either of these apps, it's going to sync it to the other app. If I do some updates in one app, it's going to update in the other app. It's using these 2 apps together as one. So there you go. That's how you sync Chime with one suite. All the contacts are getting synced back and forth. It's going to cut down on your data entry. It's going to cut it in half, and it's going to make you twice as productive as these 2 apps work together as one. If you have any questions or need any assistance setting up this sync, give us a phone call, shoot us an email. We're API Nation, and we're connecting the world's applications.